Beloved ones, what I am about to reveal to you tonight is unlike anything you have ever encountered before. If you have found yourself watching this message right now, understand that this is not a mere coincidence. The hand of God has guided you here, because something significant is stirring in your life. A divine shift is unfolding, and this very night, yes, this night, marks a pivotal moment. This is not just another evening, not just another hour passing by. This is your last opportunity to rise at the appointed time, 3 o'clock in the morning, no matter the cost, and pour out your soul before the Lord. This is not simply a moment to ask for your desires as if making a request. No, this is a sacred invitation, an open door into the presence of the Almighty, where you can lay before Him every longing, every dream, every unspoken cry of your heart. Think back to the visions you carried in your youth, the aspirations that once burned brightly in your spirit. Remember the abundance you have long desired, the healing you have yearned for, the restoration you have pleaded for. This is the night to bring it all before the throne of God. The season of waiting is coming to an end. The time of striving is shifting into a time of receiving. The prayers you once whispered in hope are turning into testimonies of God's faithfulness. But understand this. This is not just a change in thinking. This is an awakening of your spirit. As one whom God has chosen, you are about to witness things align in your life with a swiftness and precision that will leave you in awe. Doors that seemed sealed shut will open, and breakthroughs that felt distant will become your reality. At precisely 3 o'clock in the morning, God is extending a final invitation to those He has set apart. This is not just another night. It is a divinely appointed moment, a sacred hour where the veil between the heavens and the earth grows thin. The Creator of all things is calling you by name, beckoning you to meet with Him, to step into His presence, and to make known the deepest petitions of your soul. Do not let this moment slip away. Heaven itself is poised in expectation. The angels bear witness. This is the hour when destinies shift and burdens are lifted. It may be tempting to dismiss it, to remain in the comfort of sleep, convincing yourself that tomorrow is another day. But I implore you, do not overlook the weight of this moment. This is no ordinary hour. 3 in the morning carries a significance that cannot be overstated. It is a time of supernatural encounters, a moment when spiritual battles are won, and divine revelations are poured out upon those who seek the Lord with all their hearts. This is the hour when chains are broken, when hearts are mended, when the voice of God speaks with clarity to those who are willing to listen. God is waiting for you. He longs to hear your voice, to receive your honest prayers, to embrace you as you bring before Him every weight, every hope, every need. Do not hesitate. Do not hold back. This is your moment of transformation, a turning point that will reverberate throughout your entire life. Consider this. The Lord, in His infinite love and mercy, has set aside this hour for you. He is offering you a divine audience, a personal encounter with the one who holds all things in His hands. What will you do with this invitation? Will you let it pass by, or will you step boldly into His presence? Ask yourself, what is it that your heart has longed for the most? Healing? A breakthrough in your finances? Restoration in your relationships? A deeper spiritual connection with God? This is the time to ask without fear, to seek without hesitation, to knock with unwavering faith. The Word of God assures us that He delights in giving good gifts to His children, that He withholds no good thing from those who walk uprightly before Him. But remember, your prayers must align with His perfect will. Ask for what will draw you nearer to His purpose for your life. Seek the things that will refine your character, increase your faith, and lead you into the fullness of what He has prepared for you. Trust that He knows what is best for you, even when His answers come in ways you did not expect. His wisdom is beyond our understanding, but His plans are always for our good. So tonight, as you prepare to meet with the Lord, come before Him with confidence. Let faith rise within you. Speak boldly, not only asking for what you want, but for what you truly need in order to grow into the person He has called you to be. This is your moment. The presence of God is near. The prayers you pray tonight will echo into eternity. This could be the night when everything changes for you. You have been seeking, you have been waiting, you have been pressing forward in hope. And now, the Lord is offering you the opportunity to step into a new season of your life. This may be the final chance to release the burdens of your past, the pain, the mistakes, the cycles that have kept you bound. Tonight, surrender it all. Lay down the weights that have held you back, the fears that have kept you from stepping fully into God's calling for your life. He is here, ready to lead you into a new chapter of blessing, of growth, of supernatural provision. But in order to receive this transformation, you must be willing to let go. The old must be left behind. The patterns of doubt, the negative mindsets, the limiting beliefs, they have no place in the future God has prepared for you. The moment you open your heart to Him fully, allowing His Spirit to move in your life without restriction, you will begin to see changes beyond anything you imagined. Healing will flow, new doors will open, divine opportunities will find you, relationships will be restored, provision will come in unexpected ways, and above all, you will step into the purpose for which you were created. This is the moment of breakthrough. This is the turning point. Surrender and trust. Let go and let God take control. And why 3 a.m? Because this hour holds a power that cannot be explained in earthly terms. It is a sacred time, a window in which the unseen realm moves, where prayers are heard and where divine shifts take place. There is a reason why many call this the hour of miracles. In the stillness of the night, when the world is at rest and distractions fade away, a sacred atmosphere emerges, one where heaven feels nearer and divine encounters become more tangible. It is in these quiet moments when everything else is silent that the voice of God can be heard with clarity. This is not just another hour on the clock. This is a divine appointment, a window of time unlike any other, where the presence of God becomes more accessible. The noise of daily life no longer competes for your attention, and the veil between the seen and the unseen is at its thinnest. This is when the most profound spiritual breakthroughs take place. But with such an opportunity comes great responsibility. The early morning hours, especially around 3 o'clock, are not a time for hesitation or delay. Every moment spent doubting or postponing is a moment lost. This is a sacred call, an invitation to step forward, to engage with the divine, and to allow God to move powerfully in your life. If you let this moment slip away, you may never experience the same depth of alignment again. God is near, waiting, ready to act. But He does not force Himself into your life. He invites you to step into His presence, to embrace this sacred time, and to prepare your heart to receive what He desires to pour into you. Do not let fear or uncertainty rob you of this encounter. This is not just another prayer time. It is a moment of divine intimacy, a chance to sit before the Almighty without barriers, without distractions, and without pretense. When was the last time you felt truly heard, not just by people around you, but by the Creator of all things? This could be that moment. This is not about simply speaking words into the night. It is about an exchange, a real conversation with God. He is not distant, nor is He indifferent. He is listening, eager to hear what is on your heart, your struggles, your dreams, your unspoken burdens. And more than that, He is ready to respond in ways that will reshape your life in ways you cannot yet imagine. God does not require perfect words or rehearsed prayers. He desires honesty. Come before Him as you are, broken, hopeful, weary, expectant. Pour out your heart without reservation, knowing that He does not condemn you but welcomes you with open arms. This could be the moment of breakthrough you have been waiting for. It does not matter how old you are, where you come from, or what burdens you carry. God is able to meet you exactly where you are. And not only that, but He can take you beyond what you thought possible. The power of this hour transcends circumstances, limitations, and human expectations. Throughout history, God has moved mightily in the quiet of the night. The scriptures tell us of people who encountered divine intervention when all hope seemed lost. Prison doors have opened, illnesses have been healed, destinies have been rewritten, all in moments when God's presence was sought with sincerity and faith. How many people have seen their lives change in the early hours before dawn? Financial struggles have turned into testimonies of provision. Those weighed down by sickness have found healing. Marriages and families on the verge of collapse have been restored by the touch of God. This hour carries the power to bring transformation beyond human understanding. And right now, that same power is available to you. You do not need to wait for conditions to be perfect, for your life to be in order, or for the right opportunity to arise. The invitation is here and now. All you need to do is show up, believe, ask, and trust that God is ready to move. Your prayers spoken in the quiet of this sacred time have the ability to shift the very course of your life. Do not let regret, shame, or guilt keep you bound. The early morning hour is a time not only for intercession and breakthrough, but for deep healing. God is offering you the chance to let go of the past, to release the burdens you have carried for too long, and to walk in the freedom He desires for you. He is not asking you to ignore the pain you have experienced. He is asking you to surrender it to Him. Whether you have been wounded by others or by your own choices, whether you have struggled with doubt or fear, God is here, offering restoration. Forgiveness is not about pretending the past never happened. It is about allowing God to redeem it, to bring beauty from the ashes, and to set you free. Releasing the weight of past wounds is essential for true freedom. When you choose to forgive, you're not merely excusing the actions of others, but you are liberating yourself from the chains of anger, sorrow, and regret that have held you captive. Forgiveness is not about forgetting. It is about surrendering the burden that has been draining your soul. It is about stepping into the light of healing and allowing your heart to be unshackled from the pain that has long defined it. God stands ready, ever watchful, eager to restore you, to cleanse you, and to renew your spirit. He is not distant or indifferent to your struggles. He is near, waiting for you to bring your wounds before Him. Tonight, come before Him with honesty. Lay down the areas where you have fallen short, where your words or actions may have wounded others, or even where you have failed to extend grace to yourself. Do not hold back. His love is vast, and His mercy is unending. Bring everything before His feet and trust that His grace will envelop you, washing over every scar and transforming your very being. This is a sacred moment, a divine invitation to receive healing, to be made whole, and to step into a fresh beginning. God is not merely offering you a chance to ask for help. He is demonstrating His boundless love for you. The fact that you are awake at this hour, feeling the gentle tug of His presence, is no coincidence. It is an appointment, a sign of His unwavering attention and care. At this very moment, He is calling you closer, drawing you into a deeper relationship with Him. The evidence of His love is woven into every breath you take, every whisper of hope that stirs within you. His love is not distant or theoretical, it is tangible, personal, and life-changing. He is not just a deity watching from afar. He is your Father, your Creator, your Redeemer. He sees you, He knows you, and He longs for you to know Him in return. This is not about empty ritual or religious duty. This is about intimacy. God is not interested in surface-level prayers. He wants your heart, your honesty, your vulnerability. He desires to be close to you, to pour out wisdom, to guide your steps, and to reveal the depths of His love. As you draw near, let this awareness fill you with peace. You are not abandoned. You are cherished beyond measure, and this divine encounter is proof of that love. Let this truth settle deep within you, bringing restoration and clarity. Allow it to remind you of your worth, to fill you with courage, and to awaken a sense of purpose within you. When preparing to meet with God, your mindset and posture matter. Imagine being invited into the presence of a great king. How would you prepare? How would you approach such a moment? God, in His infinite kindness, is calling you to an audience with Him, and this time is sacred. Though there is no requirement for formality, let your preparation reflect the honor of this meeting. Wear something that makes you feel at peace, that reminds you of the significance of this encounter. Even the food you consume beforehand should nourish rather than weigh you down. Simplicity and purity in what you eat can help you remain focused and alert, ready to receive the fullness of what God has in store for you. More than anything, prepare your heart. Ask God to open your spirit to His presence, to clear away distractions, and to fill you with a holy expectancy. This time is not about reciting the right words. It is about connection. God already knows your thoughts, your worries, your deepest longings. Speak to Him honestly, lay your burdens before Him, and allow gratitude to shape your prayers. He is listening, and His grace is ready to meet you exactly where you are. Tonight, take a moment to surrender all your relationships into God's hands. Are there wounds that need healing? Have you been hurt by someone you trusted, or have you unintentionally caused pain to another? The stillness of this hour is a perfect time to seek divine restoration. God's love is powerful. It can mend even the most shattered relationships, turning discord into unity, betrayal into renewed trust, and pain into lasting peace. Forgiveness is not about excusing wrongdoing. It is about releasing yourself from its grip. When you choose to let go of resentment, you open yourself to the healing touch of God. It is an act of faith, trusting that He can do what seems impossible, repairing what is broken, softening hearts, and bringing about transformation. Invite Him into your relationships. Ask Him to move in the unseen, and believe that He is already at work, orchestrating renewal beyond what you can comprehend. Not every change will be immediate, but do not lose heart. Even when progress is unseen, God is moving. Some of the most profound transformations begin in the quiet places of prayer, long before they manifest outwardly. Trust in His timing, in His wisdom, and in His ability to do far more than you could ever ask or imagine. This sacred moment, this divine meeting in the stillness of the night, is a testament to God's relentless love for you. His invitation is not based on merit. It is not something you have to earn. It is freely given because His love is unconditional, unshakable, and eternal. God is always near, but in this specific moment, He is offering you something deeply personal, an encounter with Him that will leave you changed. It is as though He is whispering, "I love you. I am here. Speak to me." Even in your moments of doubt, when you feel unworthy or uncertain, remember this: God's love does not waver. It is not contingent on your perfection or performance. It is steadfast, constant, and enduring. He loves you as you are, but He is also committed to shaping you into who you were meant to be. This moment is not just about seeking help. It is about stepping into the fullness of His love. Let this reality settle in your heart. Let it fill you with confidence, with peace, and with the certainty that you are deeply cherished. You are not forgotten. You are not unseen. You are treasured. And this time, this sacred appointment with God is one of the many ways He is showing you just how loved you truly are. Find comfort in knowing that God's love is unwavering, constant, and ever-present. No matter where you are in life or what burdens you carry, He is always near, ready to meet you the moment you call upon Him. The stillness of the early morning, especially the sacred hour of 3, holds profound spiritual significance. It is a time when heaven seems to draw closer, when the cries of the faithful are met with divine attention, and when breakthroughs, both seen and unseen, begin to unfold. If you have been waiting for a shift in your circumstances, whether it be in your finances, your health, or the depths of your heart, know that this hour is not just another moment on the clock. It is a threshold, a sacred window where the impossible bends to the power of God's will. He is not bound by time, nor does He sleep, and in the silence of the night, His presence is just as strong as it was when He parted the sea, fed the multitudes, and raised the dead to life. God does not simply care about your spiritual well-being. He is deeply concerned with every part of your life. He sees the struggles that keep you awake at night, the financial burdens that weigh on your heart, the uncertainties about your future. Yet He is also the one who provides, the one who makes a way where there seems to be none. If you lack resources, ask Him for provision. If you seek direction, call upon Him for wisdom. He is the source of all good things, and He delights in leading His children to abundance, not just in material wealth, but in peace, purpose, and security. The power of this hour is not only for provision, but also for healing. Whether you have been carrying the weight of sickness, physical pain, or wounds unseen by others, God is the ultimate healer. He is the one who knit you together before you were born, and there is no affliction beyond His ability to restore. In this quiet moment, as you come before Him in faith, lay down your pain, your fear, and your weariness. Ask Him to touch your body, to renew your mind, and to mend the parts of you that have been broken by life's trials. He has done it before, and he will do it again. But healing is not just for the body. It is for the soul. Many walk through life carrying burdens they were never meant to bear. Guilt, shame, regret, and bitterness settle in the heart like heavy stones, weighing down the spirit and dimming the joy of life. Yet this sacred hour is an invitation to lay it all at the feet of God. There is nothing you have done that is beyond his forgiveness, no mistake too great for his grace to cover. If you have wandered from his path, return to him now. His mercy is new every morning, and his love does not waver based on your past. If others have wounded you, bring that pain before him as well. Forgiveness is not always easy, but it is necessary. To forgive is not to excuse, nor does it always mean reconciliation, but it does mean releasing yourself from the chains of bitterness. Ask God to help you let go, to free you from the weight of resentment so that healing can take its place. When you surrender your pain, he will replace it with peace. When you release your regrets, he will fill you with grace. Tonight is not just another night. It is an opportunity to be made whole. It does not matter how young or old you are, how far you have strayed, or how impossible your situation seems. God is not limited by circumstances. He is the same God who calmed the storm with a word, who restored sight to the blind, and who made the barren woman rejoice. If he can move mountains, he can shift your life in ways beyond your understanding. Throughout history, countless souls have experienced the power of the early morning hours. People who once walked in lack suddenly saw doors of financial provision open before them. Those who had battled long-term sickness found themselves healed in ways that defied human logic. Marriages and friendships on the verge of collapse were renewed through the quiet, unseen work of God's hand. What he has done for others, he can do for you. This hour is a moment of transformation, a time when chains break, prayers are answered, and lives are restored. Do not let this moment pass. Turn your heart toward him, open your hands in surrender, and allow his power to move in your life. He is waiting, ready to do what only he can do. The hour when the world is still and darkness holds its deepest silence, 3 o'clock in the morning, carries an extraordinary power, one that can shift destinies and awaken the unseen. This is not just another moment on the clock. It is an invitation, a divine appointment, a sacred opportunity to step into the presence of the Almighty. No matter where you are on your journey, God stands ready to take you beyond what you have imagined, to move you from where you are to where he desires you to be. You don't need to wait for everything to fall into place or for the perfect conditions to arrive. Divine encounters are not reserved for those who have it all figured out. They are for those who simply show up, with faith, with expectation, with a heart willing to receive. At this hour, the veil between heaven and earth feels thinner, and your prayers carry a weight that can set unseen forces into motion. This is not just a routine prayer time. It is an audience with the King of Kings, and just as you would approach an earthly ruler with honor and reverence, so too should you prepare your heart and mind for this sacred meeting. Imagine being invited into the presence of a great and powerful monarch. You wouldn't come casually, distracted or unprepared. You would approach with thoughtfulness, with humility, with an awareness of the significance of the moment. Your preparation matters. The way you present yourself externally reflects the posture of your spirit. Dress in a way that honors the sacredness of this encounter, not out of formality, but as a gesture of intentionality. Nourish your body with what strengthens you, allowing yourself to remain alert and present in this divine exchange. But above all, prepare your heart. Before you enter this moment, still your mind. Quiet the noise within and recognize that you are about to engage in a conversation with the one who spoke the universe into being. And when you pray, let your words flow from the depths of your soul. This is not a time for rehearsed speeches or polished phrases. God is not moved by eloquence. He is moved by sincerity. He longs to hear the unfiltered cry of your heart, the burdens you carry, the fears you hesitate to voice, the longings you have tucked away in silence. In this moment, you don't have to be perfect. You only need to be real. The way you enter this sacred hour reveals how much you value the encounter, and when you come with expectation, God meets you in ways beyond imagination. At 3 in the morning, an invisible doorway swings open, a divine portal where the impossible bends to the will of the Almighty. This is a moment where heaven and earth align in a way that is rare and extraordinary, a time when breakthroughs are born and destinies are rewritten. Though God exists outside of time, He chooses to meet His people in significant moments. And for generations, those who have sought Him in the stillness of this hour have testified of the miracles that unfolded, the healing that came to wounds long ignored, the breakthroughs that shattered walls of impossibility, the answers that arrived when hope seemed lost. There is something sacred about this time, something that cannot be explained, only experienced. And this invitation is not just for a select few, it is for anyone willing to believe. You do not need to have all the answers. You do not need to have lived flawlessly. You only need to come, open, expectant, ready to receive. This is the hour to ask for the things that seem beyond reach, the things that defy human understanding. And with God, nothing is too great, nothing is too small. Every whispered request is heard. Every longing is seen. Tonight, step boldly into this divine window. Let your faith rise. Let your spirit reach for what you have been waiting for. This is your moment. Do not let it slip away. Believe that the answers, the strength, the transformation you have sought are within reach. For when you meet God in the stillness of this hour, you step into the realm where the impossible bows before His power. 3 o'clock in the morning is not merely a time for prayer. It is a moment of divine exchange, a sacred space where you are free to bare your soul before the one who knows you fully. Here you are invited to release your burdens, to pour out your deepest thoughts, to trust that you are heard with love and understanding. What do you carry in the secret places of your heart? Is there something you have never spoken aloud, a burden too heavy to share? Now is the time. This sacred hour is not about perfection. It is about presence. It is about showing up as you are, without pretense, without reservation, knowing that in God's presence you are safe. Here you can let go of the weight you've been carrying. Here you can surrender the fears that have bound you. Here you can find rest for your soul. No matter what burdens weigh on your heart, whether sorrow, pain, uncertainty, or solitude, God is always near, ready to listen. There is no struggle too overwhelming, no emotion too tangled for Him to understand. Picture this moment as a sacred space where every unspoken thought, every hidden hurt, is met with divine love and unshakable compassion. In this quiet, holy exchange, God's presence is a refuge. He longs to mend what is broken, to strengthen what is weak, and to breathe new life into the places within you that feel empty or worn. This is your opportunity to release the past, to lay down your fears, and to invite His wisdom and strength into your soul. Speak freely, as if for the very first time, with the assurance that He is listening intently. There is no condemnation in His presence, only mercy that knows no limits. It is in these sacred, still moments that your heart is truly seen and understood, and when God listens, He does not remain distant. His response is powerful, His movement undeniable. This is an invitation to bring everything, your doubts, your weariness, your deepest longings, before the one who knows you completely. Take a breath. Open your heart. Know that God is already here, waiting to hear your voice. When the weight of uncertainty presses upon you, when doubt blurs your vision, the silent hours of the early morning offer a chance to shift from hesitation to unwavering trust. In the stillness of the night, the noise of the world fades, and the voice of God becomes clearer. This is not merely a time for pleading. It's a time for surrender, for embracing the faith that leads to transformation. Doubt seeks to hold you captive, keeping you from stepping forward, from believing that God's promises are for you. Yet, in these quiet hours, God calls you beyond that doubt, drawing you into His light. He desires to fortify your spirit, to lift you above the weight of your struggles, and to remind you that with Him, nothing is beyond reach. There is a unique power in prayer offered at this hour. Why? Because the distractions that cloud the mind during the day are stilled, allowing the heart to hear God more clearly. As you pour out your soul with faith, the response from heaven is near, tangible, and life-changing. This is the hour when the impossible bends to God's will, when dreams that once seemed distant are stirred to life, when His voice calls you to step forward with courage, walking in the path He has already prepared for you. So tonight, release every hesitation. Allow God to fill you with boldness, hope, and peace. Pray with conviction, knowing that your voice is heard, and trust that in His presence, everything you need is already within reach. Step from doubt into faith and watch as He moves in ways beyond what you could ask or imagine. If you have carried wounds, whether in body, heart, or soul, this sacred hour is a time of healing. It is a moment where heaven leans in, where the touch of the divine is ready to restore and renew every part of your being. Healing is more than physical renewal. It is the restoration of joy, the revival of faith, the mending of what was once broken. This is an invitation to encounter the boundless mercy of God, to allow His healing presence to work deeply within you. No wound is too great, no burden too heavy for His grace. In this hour, let go. Lift your heart toward the One who heals, and know that His love is already at work within you.